You're now tuned in to the Soulful Stir with Tash and Diamond Symoné.
Okay, we are live.
Happy Sunday, y'all.
Happy Sunday, crew. Welcome to another episode of the Soulful Stir. I'm Diamond Symoné.
And it's your girl, Tash.
What's on, well
I was about to say Happy Super Bowl Sunday, but by the time they hear this, probably won't be Super
it'll be
Bowl
today.
Sunday. Oh, it'll be today. So, hey, y'all. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, guys.
Happy Bad Bunny Bowl.
Yes, it's funny because my cousins don't know nothing about football. And if y'all pay attention, I love football. I'm a sports fanatic. And all they kept asking me was, are you rooting for Cardi B, baby daddy? And I was like, girl, Stephon Diggs ain't even that good. Like, this ain't his team. He don't carry the team. Girl, please. Every time I bet on that nigga, I lose money. But yes, Stephon Diggs, he's not a bad player, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's way more people on the Patriots that, like Ramondre Stevenson. It's other people that actually carry that team. And once you start getting to Super Bowl games, Stephon Diggs is an offensive player. And one thing about Super Bowl and playoffs, those are usually ruled more by your defensive players because they have to stop the other team's offense from scoring. It's not just about scoring for your team, but you have to stop the other team from scoring too. Mm-hmm. So this is where a lot of the defensive players shine. And Stephon just unfortunately don't play D-line. He plays O-line. So I say all of that to say, it ain't his team. So I hate when y'all be like, you root for Cardi B, baby daddy, because he ain't even the nigga that's making all the plays, okay? He ain't no Jalen Hurts. He ain't no Tom Brady. These are quarterbacks, but still.
And Jalen Hurts is fine.
Jalen Hurts is he's a delectable delight.
He's a very handsome man.
I already have an affinity for light skin. Anybody tell you, my friend be like, you love you a light skin. And I don't try to on purpose. Like, ain't no colorism going on around here. But I just seem to be attracted to that. I don't know why.
I'm going to tell you, I don't even know. I didn't know until last night who was playing in the Super Bowl. I just been thinking about Bad Bunny. Like,
oh no, that's about to be
all good. I want to see is Bad Bunny's performance at halftime. And so I'm looking forward to that. I will say, recapping on last night, I had a great time. And I know we were texting in the midst of everything. Yeah. But last night, Friday was my one of my best friends' birthday. Shout out to Janelle. Happy birthday, Janelle. She decided that she wanted to do a recording session where we recorded a diss track. And so we actually ended up doing like 3 different tracks, which was fun. And she had food catered and drinks were flowing, the whole 9. So it was a really good time and a different way to spend the holiday, her personal holiday. So that was fun. But just to catch y'all up to speed a little bit, I've been knee deep still in all the work, getting acclimated to this, all of my new roles and the things that I've been charged with in life. And that's been keeping me busy. So much so, one day I came home and I went to bed. Like, I got myself together and I was like, well, I'm just going to chill for a second. And then I'm going to go ahead and like do some other stuff that I had on my radar. I did not do any of those things. I went to bed. And I went to bed around 6 o'clock. And I woke up at midnight briefly. Went back to bed. Woke up at 6 in the morning. Very much energized for the day. But a few of my days have looked like that. I'm not entirely like proud about it, I would say, because I'm used to doing, just moving and just sucking it up. But at the same time, I did say that I was practicing radical rest, yes, if you will. Like, we talked about that. We did. Just, last episode or a couple episodes ago, I definitely mentioned that prioritizing rest was a thing. And so I can't even be mad at it for real. It's happening as we speak. I will say that I also revamped my book club. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Okay.
just the way that we're flowing and how we want to go about it, because I realized that starting off with a book club, we had a nice amount of people that were signed up. But I also think that people don't realize that it is a commitment. It's an extra thing that you're expected to do and to be a part of. And you do have to keep up with the reading. I mean, if you want to be a part of the conversation and you want to be a part of the link ups, if you will,
Y'all,
you got to read those books. I was
supposed to be in this book club, but the books they be reading be too serious for me. Okay.
She be wanting to read her ratchet novels.
Because reading is a release for me. Like, I don't get me wrong. I do read books that have like self-help books or like the psychology of money or certain stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't like to choose trauma if I don't have to. So like, I don't like to read a lot of books like where they'll be like, read this, it's about a black woman experience. And it's usually something really tragic happening in the book. Like, I don't want to read that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see enough of that on the news. Like, I like books to me because they give me a great imagination. And that's why I like certain fiction books, because it allows me to think outside of what I normally see. And I feel like when I read books that are a little more heavier, it starts to open my receptors and it makes me like anxious. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those things, like if you don't think about it, it's not there, you know? And I think once I start thinking about stuff like that, I become really critical. And I, not saying that I don't like it at certain points, but I just have to be more mindful and very strategic about how I place those books in my rotation, if that makes sense. Because right now I'm reading The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol. And I'm back trying to read Go Higher or whatever it's called by Big Sean. I'm telling y'all, I can't get through this book. This is the 4th time that I've borrowed it from Libby, and I can't get past page 11. Like, no knock to Big Sean, but I can't get through it. It's extremely elementary, and I hate books like that. Like, I feel like it's 250 pages of him saying, you got to believe in yourself, just manifest it. Like, I know. And it's hard, and that's why I think it's hard for me with certain self-help books, because that's why I didn't like the Let Them Theory book, because I was raised with a metaphysical thought. You know what I'm saying? Like my great grandparents, we made vision boards when I was a kid. You know, my great grandmother taught me about manifesting. I didn't learn it from TikTok and other people. This is something I knew of growing up as a kid. So now when I be trying to read these books and people be trying to explain these principles, it's like, I look at it like, everybody don't know this. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like 250 pages of fluff or just rewriting, especially now when I know people be using ChatGPT and AI to write books for them. Because I tried to read this book. I ain't gonna lie to you.
People do that, but I guess
I tried to read this book on let me say this. I didn't try to actually physically read the book. I was listening to it on Audible. But it was a book, it was supposed to be like, I don't know, it was like one of these kind of like religious books about like, you know, like how to hear from God when it's like finding your person or something like that. And all the stuff that he was writing in this book was so elementary, and it was like I was reading the same thing over on 30 different pages. And so I hate books like that, because why you got to give me this when this could have been a pamphlet? Like, and y'all know how I am. I get straight to it. Like, even in my conversation with people, I don't do small talk. I'm right to it. Like, give me the facts. Yeah. Like, when I read requests for investigations and stuff like that at work, my coworkers laugh at me because I will mark through people's stuff. Like, people will be like, well, I gave this attorney this. That don't have nothing to do with it. Like, take that out. Why did you tell me that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally mark up people's shit. I'm like, this is what I need to know. Like, only tell me what I need. Yeah. Like, I don't want all the fluff. And I think that's why recently I've been steering away from self-help books, because I feel like it's just a lot of stuff I already know.
Yeah, no, that's real. I think that, so I will say that we don't read a lot of trauma-inducing books in our book club for that same reason. Yeah. I'm not a, like, trauma-heavy person. I don't subscribe to, not just in books or with books, with music, with media, with anything. Especially social media.
But I wouldn't even just say particularly everything. Like trauma, but just certain things that are so heavy. Like recently, I ain't gonna say recently, but like maybe 6 months ago, I went back and tried to read Octavia Butler's The Parable of the Sower, and I was pissed. Like I didn't like it. Like I just was like, okay. Like I get why people might have liked it back then, but it's essentially like what's going on in the world now. And it was like, so I literally sat here and read a whole bunch of pages of something, and it was really hard to follow. It was just, it was just too extreme for me. Like it was just too much. Like
I'm
I don't
scared
know
to
why.
read it.
I mean, I read it. I mean, but it was weird. Is I read it as a child. I read it growing up. Like I tell y'all all the time, my granddad didn't play that Bible. When I was 7, I read the autobiography of Asada Shakur. Like I read Solo Nights by Eldridge Cleaver. I read, Elaine Brown's books. Like my granddaddy had me reading all these Black Panther books. So I've read stuff like that. But now that I'm older and I have my own critical thinking, it was just like, I feel like a lot of people like this book because other people say it's a book that you're supposed to like.
Yeah, I feel like that about a lot of different books and authors too. Like, they're largely made popular by people that have made this a staple, if you will. Whether it's the book itself or the author. Now, there are some authors that are truly heavy hitters, and we know who those authors are for us that are truly staples that you just gotta read. It has to be almost like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
I think, especially for readers and critical thinkers. But I think that you will like the new structure of the book club, because essentially what we're going to be doing is reading our own books and simply dedicating meeting time for us to do that amongst each other. Mm-hmm. And then I'm thinking once a quarter we may read a book together, but every month that we meet we'll be reading our own books. So it's low pressure. We get to share, exchange knowledge on authors and whatever we're reading at the time, but you don't have to be committed to whatever book that we select, and you could choose whether you want to participate and read the book of the quarter or not. I just feel like it puts low pressure on being a part of a book club, and just allows us to get together and enjoy, purposely set aside time to enjoy reading.
Yeah, so it was a reel I saw. I don't know if I sent it to you or not. I might have sent it to somebody else, but it was like, this guy was like, I like when a woman reads, he was like, what did he say? He said something along the lines of like, pick out a book for us to read, and let's read together every night, or let's read a chapter a night together. And I was like, y'all clearly ain't no real readers, because I don't want to read no own pace with nobody else. Like, I need to read my own thing. Like, let's read the book and then just talk about it together at the end. Yeah,
because what if the chapter is so juicy? Like, I'm trying to get to the next one and the next one. Like, I want to be able to read on my own.
That's one of those things of why I don't like to watch TV with people. And I'm not trying to be funny, but like, when me and Royce's dad, we would watch TV together, and my work schedule is a whole lot more flexible than he is. So I used to watch shows, and they used to get good, and we used to stop them at a particular episode. And for like 3 days, his work schedule would not allow him to finish watching the show. Yeah. And I'd be like, nigga, so I got to sit here for 3 days and wonder? I don't like that. Like, let me just watch it, and I won't say nothing, and then you watch it, and when you're done, we'll talk about it. Because especially with me having a lot of leisure time that I do because of my work schedule, I like to just finish stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I sat there and watched all them episodes of His and Hers the other day, got through it in a few hours. It was great. Like, I didn't have to wait on nobody. I didn't have to say, well, did you watch it yet? What episode you on? I just watched them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think with even reading, like, I don't mind reading books with other people, but I don't necessarily want to read them on their time,
Yeah, no, I feel that, and that's why I feel like this new structure is going to be more beneficial. Obviously for a multitude of reasons, but that's definitely one of them. Like, we don't have to keep up with the same thing necessarily, at least for the large majority of the experience in the book club. So, yeah. I do want to jump into rhythm and groove real quick. I got a question for you. Mm-hmm. How do you stay optimistic for love in a world that functions the way that it does?
I
feel
think
optimistic?
my easiest answer is that I don't let the world around me dictate how I feel.
Yeah.
And that's just with anything. Like, I mean, because like I talk about that all the time. Like, for example, if I let the world around me dictate how I felt, I don't think me and my son's dad would have had the relationship that we had, because everybody around me was always talking about how bad they baby daddies and everything was, and I didn't have that experience. I'm sorry. So like, but instead of me sitting there like picking problems and finding stuff wrong because other people had stuff wrong, I never felt like that. Oh, that was your choice. That's the nigga you picked. I'm sorry for you. Like, I don't let people's experiences like shape how I feel about stuff, because especially with dating in this society with these generations, what they want and what I want and how I view relationships and how I view love and accountability and reciprocity is very traditional. And the people around me, I ain't gonna say the people around me, but the world around me doesn't see stuff like that. Like I've said it on this podcast before. I don't agree with I'm a girl's girl, but I don't agree with how some women move when it comes to men. Like, y'all want too much, but y'all not willing to bring forth that same energy and reciprocate that energy. Like I said it a few episodes in the past, I don't expect a man to do anything for me more than what I do for myself. But I do a lot of good stuff for myself. But I also see women that are so consumed with what society and other people are doing. It's, well, I see her man do this on social media, so if my man don't do this to me, for me, then that doesn't mean he loves me. But I said it all the time, just because a man got money don't mean he generous. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
And so I try not to let, especially with social media and stuff, I try not to let it dictate how I feel. Because, for example, I saw a white girl on Instagram the other day. She made this reel about how, well, I know my husband loves me because when we first met, I was stressing about my car note. He sent me the money on Venmo. After a month and a half of us dating, he put all my bills on his card. And he does all this for the baby and all this for me when I'm postpartum. And people were like, see, you don't settle for less. And that's what I expect. But what she never said to people, I had to go back and do my own research, is that the guy she was dating and her husband in question now is a retired MLB pitcher. So he has the money to do that. Yeah. That's a second nature to him. Mm-hmm. I have a very close friend who's in relation with somebody that plays professional sports. He has access to a lot of money and he don't want to give it to her. And she has children by him. It's people miss that part. Like, we see what people do on social media, but we don't see what's behind it. So I make it a point to not let the world dictate what I want in a relationship, because what you want and what I want are totally different things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, those comes with a lot. And I think we miss that a lot. But a lot of people were in the comments like, my man ain't never did that for me, but your man also probably make $45,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's not he wasn't in the MLB for 15 years as a pitcher. Mm-hmm. Y'all don't have that type of money for your nigga to put all your bills. You know what I'm saying? You better be happy if he put your HBO Max on his card. Because the bitch just declined last week when he tried to go to White Castle. So my point is, we have to be more cognizant and more logical about our expectations and about love and relationships. And I think there is too much dictation from the outside world. Like, we get on social media and we see it all the time. We get in the comments and we see people. I'm guilty of it, to say, God, I seen what you done for others. But sometimes we don't see what the struggle was on the other side of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people that with me, they be like, ooh, you a lawyer, you make good money, you got an easy schedule. Yeah, but you wasn't there when I was crying in the law library for fucking 72 hours straight trying to figure out how I was going to pass a final. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took a lot of hard work for me to get to this easy part of my life. And some relationships are like that. They might start off rough, and by the time we see them on social media, they might just be getting to the easy part. You know what I'm saying? We see them on social media because they got money now, because they have an audience on social media, not because it's always been that way. And so, though it's a lot going on in the world that makes me very skeptical about people, especially when you're talking about love and things like that, but I think I'm a strong enough person. Like, I have the mental and emotional dexterity and intelligence to discern, like, when somebody on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but outside of that, like, you kind of know when somebody is doing something right, and I don't need the outside world to tell me, like, oh yeah, this is a good man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you figure that out on your own.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree with everything you're saying. When I looked at that question, I was really thinking about the way that the world functions, because we live in a microwave society and everybody wants everything really quickly and you want it now, or like if it's not working for you, like in terms of even just sheerly dating somebody, like, oh, okay, I'm not feeling you no more. It's only been okay. No, I don't want that. Bye. It's like there's a lack of like willingness to try from a lot of people and to really try to get to know somebody. I think
Absolutely.
the conversations are like so missed. People be in a rush to come over your house.
Well, I have a rule.
You don't even know me. Like
I tell people all the time, I have a rule when I'm outside of, I think the situation with Mike's, with Royce's dad was different because we had a family together. But I always have a hard, fast rule that if we're dating or we're trying to figure each other out and we're in relation, you cannot follow me on social media. I don't do that because that's an easy cheat code for you to not put in enough effort. I've had niggas tell me, oh, well, I didn't ask you because I seen you posted online. No, have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
Like, I literally had somebody tell me before that they did not call me on my birthday because they thought I was busy because I was reposting the fucking shout outs that people was posting of me on my birthday. I was like, you sound like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
If you think that I'm busy because I'm reposting something, but you never took the chance to ascertain if I was. Like, you didn't text my phone and say, well, happy birthday, you might be busy. And for me to say no, you didn't call and say, hey, do you have a free moment? I want to tell you happy birthday. You just took it and I was like, well, I didn't hear from you yesterday. And you was like, oh, well, I mean, I seen you posting stuff. You was busy. How you going to tell me I was busy? You states away. I'm here. You saw it on social media. And since then, that person has been blocked from looking at my story and asked me, have I heard from this person? No. And that lets me know that I was only hearing from you because you were getting on social media and you were seeing me post on my story. And that made you say, oh, I haven't talked to her today. Let me hit her up. But if that wasn't your first thought before you looked at my story, nigga, move around. Like, that's a cheat code for too many people. Like, you can use that for a thing, like, I have somebody tell me recently, like, oh, well, I figured you would like to do this because I see on your social media that you're an active person. You like to go to the gym. Absolutely. Use it to put context clues together to make something happen. Don't use it as a crutch. Mm-hmm. And I think people tend to do that. Like, even now, I get mad. I tell people all the time, I don't conduct business via social media. If I post something and it's about work or if it's about something serious, call my phone. Don't send me no DM because I got so many DMs, I don't check them. Because me and my friends, we use that to send memes. Like, we don't send serious shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I have 17 messages of unopened memes with 5 memes a piece per person. I can't get to your little email and you like, oh, well, I was trying to ask you about this. No. Like, for example, when I was doing that coat drive for Royce, people were sending me DMs like, can I request a code? It say on the flyer, to request a code, call this number. Or text this number. Why is you sending me a DM? And they was like, well, I didn't get a code. I missed your code drive because you did not follow directions. Mm-hmm. People get on social media and they use it as like a crutch. It's like, well, I don't have to do no real work. I can just send you a DM. No, people have emails in their bio for a reason. Yeah. People have that for a reason. Like, I don't like men who just think, oh, well, I see what you put on social media and that's it. Like, I put shit on social media for reactions, for shits and giggles. Like, you're never going to, it's a lot of stuff you might learn about me if you're smart enough and put it together by things that I say and things that I might do and discuss. But that ain't enough. Like, that's surface level. And people tend to use that to feel like I can bypass the getting to know you stage because I can get to know you via my Instagram.
No, you can't. And that's a part of the issue too. It's like you just talked about how social media is so prevalent in the building of relationships or the dismantling of relationships in the world that we live in, that it makes it difficult for you to truly get to know someone like through and through without any of that extra static in the mix. I had a similar situation like that with somebody, and I like finally unfollowed this person, and I didn't block them because I don't even care. You can watch my stories all you want to, but I just don't have nothing to say because it was such a lack of effort being put in. And that's the other thing, because we live in a microwave society and people see, the accolades mostly of other people's relationships. people want it easy. I don't want to put in too much effort. I don't want to truly see where this could go. Like, if you're not giving it up, whatever it may be, on the forefront, then it's like, oh, I'm good. And so it can make it it can make you less optimistic about love and like whether that's something that you want or that will happen for you. And so I thought this question was interesting to ask because I do believe in not allowing the world to dictate well, as much as I can. Like, the things that are within my control are within my control. I don't want the world to dictate, my energy or my beliefs towards certain things like this. That's like so intimate, and like you said, how we can look at other relationships and be discouraged, or situations and be discouraged. Or maybe it's not even us looking on the outside. It is a direct reflection of what we have been through with partners, with getting to know people, with feeling like I met the same man just in a different skin. Mm-hmm. Like, you the same. Sorry,
no, seriously.
You the same person. Like, you just in a different body. Like, but everything else, you move in the same way. That can make you feel like, yeah, I don't really know if this like relationship, marriage, and all that is on the horizon for me. So what I've decided to do, and I feel like I can be, this doesn't waver my optimism, is what I'm saying. Decentering relationships and expectations of life in general. Like, especially when it comes to marriage and having kids and being in love with somebody, finding companionship, I have completely discentered that from my life.
Yeah.
Because there's so many other things that I'm always doing, and so many other things for me to be proud of and to be joyous about, to where I don't have to be upset if this doesn't happen for me.
I'm laughing because we talk about this all the time, but it's so funny, and I'm not gonna say it's weird. It's by design how in tune we are. Because one of the things that I considered before we even started recording, when I was pre-planning the segment, I wanted to discuss why shit is pissing me off that people are so male-centered. And then I was like, maybe you're going to come across a little bit too rough. But you've segued into that. But
yeah.
So it's funny because I saw it as a tweet on Threads recently, and somebody got upset with the original poster, but I really agreed with her because she was like, nowhere in the Bible, people be trying to like use this biblical argument about being married and being in covenant with people, but she was like, nowhere in the Bible did any of them women pray for no husband. Like, the husband just came to them. And I was like, absolutely right. And it's crazy because on both sides of my family, my father's and my mother's, we have a heavy female presence on both sides. The males in my family are very few, far and in between. And it bothers me to watch such women that have a strong foundation, because we came from the same great-grandparents. We came from these people. I don't understand how it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to fall back into this, and this is all I'm going to worry about. Like one of my cousins proposed to like two of her husbands. Like, that's so weird to me. Like, damn, you want a nigga that bad that you about to propose? Like, and this was before people was doing this on social media. Like, this was a while back, so that was already crazy. Then I got other cousins that every time we sit around, all they want to talk about is where they want to go to find a man, to find a husband. I'm praying for a husband. God gonna send me a husband. And that bothers me. Like, I don't ever engage in a conversation. I be sitting around and they be like, you ain't saying nothing? No, because I'm not praying for no husband. I'm praying to be happy and to be whole and to be healthy. If somebody is going to come as a result of that, fine. If they don't, that's cool too. Because I'm praying for fullness that doesn't require me being in relationship with somebody else other than my creator. And that bothers me that people try to say that they have so much trust and faith in God, but they still go back, and it's like, I gotta have this. If I don't have this, I don't feel like I'm whole. And that's so crazy to me. Like, you're a whole being. Like, I often tell people, like, my mama had a single birth. Like, I was born in this world on my own. When I die, I'm probably gonna go by myself too. I'm okay with walking a path on my own. But see, we talk about that all the time, and that comes with liking yourself as a person.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love to be in love. I love to have a man, but I'm not also the person that's gonna sit around if my man don't want to do something and pout because he don't want to do it and just wait for him to do it. I will leave that nigga at home and I will go. I did it for a long time. Me and my son would pack up. His daddy said, I gotta go to work. I can't go with y'all. Okay, nigga, we'll see you when we get back. Yeah. I love you, but I'm a woman. I think a lot of that came from the fact that my mother's a very strong woman. She never told me you gotta have a husband. Like, we talked about that before. My mama ain't ever, like, even as long as me and my son's dad were together, she's never sat down and said, so when are y'all gonna get married? Because that ain't her business. She don't care about that.
Right.
Her daughter is happy, whether I'm happy with the nigga or without him. She's okay that I'm happy, I'm safe, I'm whole. My mental health is together. But then you have other mothers that are, I'm glad I just didn't grow up in a family like that, which was this pushing. Like, and that's when I could tell the disconnect, because me and my grandmama get into it about it. Like, she'll call me and be like, well, how's he doing? I'll be like, I guess he good, he at home. Well, when are y'all gonna get married, girl? Listen, you asking the wrong person. I ain't asking no nigga to marry me, and I'm not about to pressure him either, because what you gonna do with that? You gonna pressure a man to marry you, and then 2 months later, you gonna be sitting at home crying because he don't want to be married.
Yeah.
You forced him into that. Like, I'm not forcing no man hand, baby.
No. And so many women do it. Like, we talked about this. I know we touched on this in an earlier episode, just about the way that some women position themselves to force men into situations that they don't want to be in.
Yes.
What's the fun in that? I don't want to be with nobody that don't want me first.
Bingo.
Like I don't.
That's the lesson that my
and I'm
grandfather,
okay.
my grandfather, a man, told me that. He said you don't run with nobody. He said you don't walk with nobody who run faster than you. He said, and you like somebody who like you. He said, make sure they like you more than them. He said, because if you like that man more than he like you, it's nothing that you're going to be able to do for him or do to him once he starts to not like you some to make him stay. He said, but if a man likes you more than you like him, it's nothing you could do to push him away.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard that also from an older woman. She told me the same thing.
Yeah.
She said, your partner gotta like you more. He gotta like you and love you more than you do him. Point blank, period. Yeah. And I thought that was interesting, but I could see why that's a healthy perspective.
When you think about it, it's true. And I'm not trying to be funny, but in the traditional sense of how relationships were, we talk about that all the time. Back in the day, the people that told us that are older. So they come from an era of back in the day, the woman stayed at home, take care of them kids. And that man got to like you, because in order to get up every single day, break my back, work to the bone, to come home and give you my whole check so you can take care of these kids, I got to love you.
Yeah.
If I don't love you, then I'm not going to get up and go to work and feel the same. Like, even, for example, I'm not trying to be funny, but when you do stuff out of love, it's different. When I go to the grocery store now, I just go buy stuff, throw it in the cart, because I'm about to come home. I'm a single woman. I do what the fuck I want to do, okay? I can eat chips all night for dinner if I want to. But when I was in a relationship and my son was here.
House.
Yeah, but like when my son was here on earth and he we were living together as a family, I made sure I was intentional when I went to the grocery store that I was going to feed those men that I love, i.e. my son and his dad. I was going to feed them with care, with love, intention. I shopped different. I did a lot of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? That getting up in the morning, putting clothes on the washing machine, getting the kids to school. You do that shit when you love somebody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And for a man to go and let's be real. Like, yeah, you got men that's in white collar jobs, and we're talking about traditional people in blue collar jobs. So this man to get up and break his damn back. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather worked on a steel mill all day and all night for my grandmother, the one we talked about a few episodes back, for her to get her hair done every Friday to chill. My grandma used to get her hair done every Friday with my granddaddy money, and the entire time she was in the shop, she was talking shit about my granddaddy. Okay? Her stylist was talking, but guess what? Ruben made sure all them bills was paid at the house. My grandmama had new cars. She had Chanel. She had this. She had that. She had this. My grandmother worked when she wanted to. Like, I it's weird because when I was a kid, my grandmother had a job, and my dad was like, she didn't get that job until after I was born. Like, my grandmother didn't start working until I was like 4 years old. And then her working for 4 years old was her trying to have extra money to do stuff with her grandkids. It wasn't that my granddaddy wasn't going to give it to her.
Yeah.
But once again, I'm raised by independent women, and she had a man at home who was taking care of everything, but she still wanted to work because she wanted to have her own money in her pocket.
That's the component too that I feel like is missed by a large majority, is truly being raised by independent women and seeing that it's always possible. Anything is possible. And I always tell people, I tell men especially, if we knee deep in conversation and getting to know each other, I come from a single parent home. I was raised by a single mother, so I know what's possible, and I know what I'm capable of with or without your help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, with having children, do I want a family unit? If that's in the cards for me, absolutely. But do I believe that every woman should be prepared to take care of a child on her own should things not work out? Absolutely.
I tell people that
you gotta be independent. You gotta know how to stand on your own and how to pivot.
I tell people that all the time, because guess what? Believe it or not, I used to always tell people that, and I used to always tell people, I don't care. People be like, oh, well, you got to be married before you have a baby. You could be married and get pregnant and that nigga could leave. That means absolutely nothing. While I was pregnant with my son, his dad got into a really bad car accident on ice, totaled his car and everything. And that was one of the fears I had the worst while I was pregnant with my son, was that his dad was working midnights. He wasn't getting off till 3 o'clock in the morning, and he worked an hour away from the house. And my whole fear was, what if he gets sleepy one night and fall asleep on the road and I got to take care of this baby on my own? I was fully prepared, knowing that I didn't have to. Thank God I didn't have to ever. But those are things that always went through my mind. That's why I didn't have a baby young, because I didn't say, you know how people be like, well, I know my mama, my grandmama, and them gonna help me. Your mama or your grandmama could die while you're still pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't think about that stuff. That's why I don't let people like do that. Like, I have people that I know that'll be like, well, I wanted to have an abortion, but so-and-so in my family told me not to have one. And now they struggling. Like, you let somebody tell you that, and that person ain't babysitting for you. They ain't giving you no money. They ain't doing that. They're not taking this stress, this load off your back. You let somebody convince you to do something because they did it and it worked for them, but your situation ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why I always encourage people to be mindful. Be mindful with everything in your life, but especially when you decide to bring another human onto this planet, because you're always going to be responsible for that kid. That's your kid at the end of the day. I don't care what.
Well, and that ain't people. That's women. I used to tell Mike that all the time. That school ain't going to call you first. They're going to call me first. Yeah. I don't care if I'm out of town. He could drop him off at school, and if Royce fucking fall at school, they're going to call me and be like, hey, can somebody come pick him up? Then I got to call the daddy. The mama is always the first one. Think about it. When you see a woman in the store with her kids, they be like, oh, hey. Like, you supposed to. When people see a dad in the store with their kids, they be like, oh, look at you. That's so sweet. Like, he get kudos. Nigga, this your child, too. Right. That's why I don't like when people say, well, yeah, I'm about to watch my child. You're not going to watch your child. That's your child. You don't babysit your kid. You're parenting.
Yeah, you're doing what you're supposed to
do.
But
women make that shit normal for men. Like, I hate it. I used to hate that. When Royce was little, I used to go places and people used to be like, where he at? He has a father. I didn't have to make him be a father. He wanted to be a father. He wanted to be involved. So sometimes I would get my son dressed and be like, me and him about to go somewhere. And he like, no, he can stay here. I don't want him going there. I got him. This was from breastfed baby up until the day my son took his last breath. And people do that shit too. They be like, well, I got to take the baby with me because I breastfeed. No, you don't. I breastfed. I pumped. Saved my milk. And when I was gone, he was like, you would grab the milk from the front and the back of the refrigerator.
Yeah,
y'all gotta stop making excuses for these men. But that's when you have in our conversation, back to our point, he was raised by a single mother who was very independent. She taught her children to be independent. Mm-hmm. My grandmama be calling me. She used to call me like, what are you making for dinner? I used to be like, nothing. Well, what is Michael gonna eat? Whatever his grown ass go in there and cook. Because he grown. Before we met, he lived by himself for 10 years. He cooked, he ate. He wasn't malnutrition. Why do when I come into the picture, all his responsibility go away.
Yeah.
And he don't have to take care of himself no more. But that's that antiquated mindset of what relation is supposed to look like.
That is very true.
Relation is supposed to be 50-50. Okay? It's plenty of times where Michael gave baths. He did hair. Like, he couldn't braid wash his hair, but he would moisturize it and stuff for me and be like, okay, you could do this next part. Sometimes I would do the bath time with Royce, and he would be the one cooking dinner. It was no gender roles in that house. The only gender role we had was that you the man, you paying the bills, and you take out the trash. The rest of the stuff was even. I cook, he cook, I clean, he clean. We both care for our son the same. Certain stuff, if he wasn't there, I did it on my own. Like, he would come home and be like, why is the couch moved? Nigga, because I wanted the living room to look different. I didn't have to wait on you to get home because you know how many homes and how many places I lived by myself before we got together? How you think I was moving the furniture then?
Yeah, like... I can if that's what you want me to, if that's what you prefer, and you want to show up in that way. But I don't need you to do this. So yeah, you talked about 50-50. I think that yes, relationships should be. I feel like there has to be even contribution, but sometimes that 50-50 might look like 70-30.
Oh yeah,
it might look like 60-40.
Sometimes it looks like 100-0. I've been at a point where I guarantee you that there was a point before Royce passed
changes.
That I was at a 0 because we all know that my niece passed first. I was emotionally, I was stunned. Michael had to do a lot because that was my firstborn niece, so that was like my firstborn child. I was losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first niece. Like, I vividly remember my sister coming home telling us she was pregnant, to her water breaking, to my niece's first birthday party at McDonald's. I was devastated when I lost my niece. You know what I'm saying? And I know I was giving the bare minimum. Like, literally went from probably giving 75 to 50% to giving nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was literally a shell of myself. Like, I'm going to take him to school. Can you pick him up after I wasn't cooking? I wasn't nothing. But he understood it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to do that. But also the same thing. I could say all day, he could pay the bills. But if he ever called me and was like, Tash, I can't take care of this. Can you do it? You think the shit got paid late? You think it wasn't done? But that's what I be saying when it's 50-50. I don't like when women be like, well, my man pay all the bills. You don't say nothing? He pay all the bills and he working, but what if something happens and he can't work? When are you going to activate and step in?
Yeah, you gotta be a play, not a playmaker. A playmaker. You have to be a playmaker player. In some way. Yes. But yeah, you do have to be a team player, and you gotta know how to switch off. You gotta be a co-pilot.
But see, that's when accountability,
and know that sometimes you're gonna be in a pilot seat.
And then that's when accountability and just, I think, responsibility come in. And also, I'll say financial literacy. Because I was very adamant with him. Like, I won't lie and say we didn't make like a bad financial decision once or twice. But a lot of the decisions that we were making, it was where we were living, this rent. Can I pay it on my salary alone if you don't have no job? Okay, bet. Let's move here. You see what I'm saying? Because we can afford it. Yeah. Can I afford to stay here by myself? Absolutely. Like, when we split, yes, he was paying all the bills in our apartment, but when we split, I didn't say, well, Michael, you got to give me a few months to get my money together. He was like, we gonna split. I was like, all right, bet. Shit, I pay my deposit. I got the fuck on. Move, furnish my apartment, because I had money saved up. You know what I'm saying? I had money. And because I knew he had taken the lion's share of the bills when we were together, when we split amicably, it was like, you take this furniture, you can have that. You know what I'm saying? I know it was money that we probably needed to exchange for certain reasons. We was like, okay, we ain't gonna worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that I got a little bit of an upper hand because I was able to save more because you were taking care of me. So now that we're gonna split, I'm not gonna be unfair and just take everything from you. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, that wouldn't have been fair. And I just didn't want to do that. But at the same time, I think our relationship was like it was is because he knew he had a true team player. Yeah. Like I said, he could call and I'd be like, I got it. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he would call me and be like, I borrowed some money from somebody. And I was like, why you just didn't ask me? Because I got it. And nigga, you know I got it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you didn't know I had it. I have it. And you have access to it. And I know a lot of women are not like that. But I keep telling them too, you can't be that way you can't be selfish and very tight with your resources and everything and expect a man to be very free with his.
Yeah,
you have to
it's
be
all into you.
you have to, that's very reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to do stuff for people. Like I might not do stuff on a regular basis, but when I do something, you know what I'm saying? Like we going on a trip, I'm buying you something real nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm treating you to stuff because I just don't believe in things being one-sided. And that's when a lot of the issues arise.
Yeah, I think so too. So that's a real interesting perspective. Moral of the story is, I just feel like decentering all of that from life and the life's journey is what helps to keep me optimistic and being open.
Yeah.
Feel free to surprise me. You know, whatever comes, I just let it. Whatever goes, I also let it. Whatever and whoever. I'm good either way.
Yeah.
I know for a fact I love hard. And so that part is not something that I'm willing to compromise. I know what men will do for me when they like me.
Yes.
And if you're not doing that, then I'm not interested, because I know what this should look like. And I know what effort looks like. And I know what lack thereof looks like. And I'm not interested in that part of it.
Well, and that's why I think as women and as men, let's be honest, I think as people, when we're dating and we're trying to be in relation with each other and with people, I think, yes, you're supposed to have a certain standard, but I also believe that the goalpost does move depending on the situation. Like my expectation, you know, like from man A is going to be totally different from my expectation from man Z, because their situations might be different. You know what I'm saying? Like if I got a man that work from home and run his own business and he want to be around me all the time, I ain't gonna really look into that as much because you got a lot of free time. But if I know a man is working 10, 12 hours a day, 24 hours at a time, and the next 5 hours you get off, you blowing my phone down because you want to spend it with me, I value that a lot more because you don't have a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? If you got a lot of time ain't a valuable resource for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at that, like we've said it before. I've said it before. A man can have $1 million and give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? And a man can have 10 and give you 8. The man that got 10 and gave you 8, he the one you need to be worried about. He's the one that you need to focus your attention on because he obviously sees value in you, that he's like, you know what, them $8 ain't enough. I'll make it on these too.
Yeah.
Because people put their money where their mouth is. You know what I'm saying? Like we complain about our society being capitalist and everything, but money makes the fucking world go round. People pay for convenience and all of that other stuff. So if money is a resource you have an abundance of and you're giving it to me, that doesn't impress me. Exactly. Because you got it to give.
Yeah. What is this to me? If you have, like, I know what you're working with.
Like, yeah, you got it to give, but when you don't have the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I know you supposed to be saving lives and doing other stuff, but you sitting on the phone FaceTiming me, like, hey, let me call you right back because I got to do this. You're making time when you don't really have to. And that's a sacrifice. But people don't see it that way. They like, oh, well, he giving me money. He's sacrificing. Girl, a lot of them men will give anybody money.
Yeah.
I know men who just be like, because that's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, tricking.
but think about it. It's the easiest thing to do. It requires more energy to sit down and have a conversation with somebody, to get to know them, to take them out.
Yeah, to structure your schedule. It
takes no fucking energy, no effort to pull out your phone and type in $300 on Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, Apple Pay, and send it to somebody. I do that shit with my eyes closed and not even think about it.
That is true.
My niece asks me every day, can you send me $10, send me $20? I send her $50 and go on. And I forget that I even did it because it was no effort, no energy, no nothing. Just a transaction at that point.
Yeah.
And that's where we have to get out of that. And I think social media makes it hard because
that's another part of it too. Like you brought up transaction, and like that's a perfect way to describe what the world feels like. It's very transactional. Like, you got to give me something in order for me, like it, and that's it. Like there's no other context around it.
Yeah.
And I also want it now. Like I don't want to slow build with you. Like I want the shit right now, today. give it to me, or I'm going about my business, and like, well, where's the structure, where's the effort, where's the compassion, and
no building, no nothing. It's
no,
just
like, where's the slow build? Like, I don't want to fast leap into anything with anybody that's worth having.
yeah.
I need a slow build. I love a good slow burn, like slow burning fire, that just,
Yeah.
I feel like there's more of a long
True
lasting
intimacy. Like you actually building on something. Like I
Yes.
see it all the time where girls be like, my man gave me money to go take me and my friends to go out. That ain't nothing, girl. He wants you preoccupied. He don't want to deal with you. Go out with your friends. Like don't get me wrong. I've had friends whose husbands and boyfriends did that and included me, and vice versa, where they like, hey, but these are my best friends, so the man is gonna be there too, but I know this is for your birthday, so invite your best friend. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is for you, so that. But it takes a lot more for a man to clear his schedule and plan a vacation and take you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I tell people that all the time. Just sending somebody some money ain't enough. Like, real women require real leadership.
Yeah,
and so if a man
that
is just
true.
constantly giving you money and telling you to make all the plans, at what part are you leading? Like, and then too, it puts the woman at a disadvantage because how do I learn about you? If I'm making all the decisions, when do you make some decisions to show me who you are? Like, if I book us a trip, I'm booking us a trip to where I want to go.
Yeah.
Why don't you book us a trip and show me through this itinerary what you like to do? Take me to a place that you've always wanted to go to so I can learn about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like a man that can teach me something. Like, teach me something, give me experiences. Everybody can make money. Like, money comes and goes. It's fluid. It just comes and goes. Money is, yes, it's good because you need a foundation. You need money to do stuff. But at the same time, it's not everything.
That is true. And I'll just say this and we can move on. I do believe that everything in life is transactional, right? But when I'm talking about, like, relationships, like, you do have to, it is a give and take experience that we're having, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you remove intentionality and effort and love and active listening, like, acts of service, when you start to remove all these components, when you remove that slow build of truly being intentional about getting to know somebody, all you're left with is that very shallow point of, okay, this is just only what this is. Yeah. It's the very shallow point of, I could even say that at that point you're truly trying to build a relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
You're just you're just trying to get, you're checking boxes and trying to get something out of them, and that's it. It becomes more selfish than anything.
Yeah.
And so, what's the fun in that? What's the point of it all? Like, I don't know. Decentering love, decentering all of this stuff.
I just don't like that, and it's weird because it came up, and the reason why I thought about it before we started recording, about like just being male centered is because it's, I don't know, I have a love-hate with these like Valentine's Day events and stuff.
I had a great time at a Valentine's Day event. Shout out to my homegirl.
And I'm not, and it's weird for me to say this because I'm not everybody I talk about all the time, I'm not a male-centered person at all. Like, I do absolutely nothing for the male gaze, but I'm also one of those people that believe that you need male energy. Like, we're here and we're supposed to be in this ecosystem together because you need male energy. Like, and sometimes that testosterone, and I think about it too because, once again, like I said, when you sit around at these events and everybody's talking about, well, my husband, that's all you talk about, and people start to soak that in, but you don't have that other perspective there. Like, I always like to have a male's perspective of something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like male energy. I mean, I do have a lot of it myself, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like men, and the reason why I like men is because men are very black and white. They straightforward. You know what you get in. You got some that be lying, that be full of shit, but you know what you get, and they're very logical, and there's no emotion there, and that's how I think. So that's why I tend to not do well in I don't seek out like feminine spaces where it's all women, because that's extremely overwhelming for me. Because, once again, I think it all then turns into the my man. Like it gets to that part at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm waiting on my husband. I can't wait for somebody. Like, girl, give yourself that life. Like, I literally had a discussion with a guy recently when he made a comment about how he doesn't feel like people should buy houses unless they're married. And I was like, that's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, if people were waiting on a spouse, like, because he was like, well, single people get married. See, single people buy houses and they get foreclosed on or they regret it. I said, that's because they're not using proper financial literacy. That has nothing to do with being single or coupled. Mm-hmm. I bought multiple houses and I've still never been married, okay? And ain't none of them ever been foreclosed on. And every time I sold one for a profit. Because I have financial literacy. That ain't got shit to do with no husband. Because you can have two people together that are married that are horrible with money.
Yeah. And
they could buy a house and be underwater in that bitch within 2 months. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I just hate that society feels like marriage is this end all be all. Like, once you married, that you're this supreme citizen of society. When a lot of y'all in fucked up ass marriages. Let's be fucking clear.
Very true.
Let's just be honest. Let's just call a spade a spade.
You truly don't know what people have going on in
their homes. And some people don't be happy. Some people literally, we talked about it last episode, but some people get in familial or religious indoctrination and they get in marriages that they should leave. And they don't want to leave because they think that people are going to look at them a certain way or people are going to judge them because they got divorced. Fuck what them people think. I don't care what them people think because they're not in my house laying in the bed with me while this nigga whooping my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not in the house while I'm begging this nigga, please don't go back to the casino and spend our money because we got mortgage due tomorrow. Yeah. People don't see that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when you dealing with other people, like, I feel like people get to are their best selves financially when they got to take care of themselves because you learn how to figure shit out when you only got one income. Mm-hmm. But I seen a lot of times where people get two incomes, they get married and they get in a situation just like I was saying. People would be in my situation where their partner is paying all the bills and they would just blow their money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, because if he's paying all the bills, then it would make sense for you to be saving. Like, I'm not saying don't treat yourself, but like.
But what's even crazier than all of that?
Be more strategic.
Is that the guy that I was having this healthy debate with? He said all this and asked me, is he married?
I'm sure he's not.
Absolutely not. So once again, sir, moot point.
You're not even.
Move around.
You're not even married, sir.
Yeah, like, sir, what? And you own a house. So should somebody come and take your house from you? Because you're not married?
Of course not. He's a man.
Exactly.
He probably don't feel like that. So, I do want to jump into sound check. Do you have something for sound check?
I do, but not really because I don't really know if I'm ready. I don't really know if I'm ready to announce this to the world yet. Okay. Because I think it's gonna change the people's perception of me. But fuck it, I don't care. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I've been listening to Beyonce Renaissance for the last 2 weeks, and I actually like it. End of discussion.
Oh, yeah, see. She's been converted, y'all.
No, I'm not converted. No, because you'll never get me to listen to Cowboy Carter. But I've always told people.
I actually like Cowboy Carter.
I don't like the Beehive, and that's what makes me not like Beyonce because of the people that aimlessly follow her. I don't like people that subscribe to groupthink. I don't like people that take opinions of other people's and make them theirs. I don't like people that feel like because everybody else like it, I should. Yeah. I've never been that person, and that's been my issue with Beyonce is that cult-like following that she has. Do Solange write some good music for Beyonce? Absolutely. Like, my favorite Beyonce songs were written by Solange. And I say all that to say there's a lot of music of Beyonce's that I've always liked. But I think in this season of my life, I told everybody 2026 is going to be very selfish for me. And I think that's why I like Renaissance, because she's talking her shit and she's just like, I'm in my bad bitch era and can't nobody stop me. And I think that's the proper motivation that I needed for 2026. Yeah. So that's all I have.
Yeah. I love that. Excuse me. I love that album. I like Cowboy Carter too. There's quite a few songs that I played out on Cowboy Carter. Both albums, actually. But, yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that it's serving you well in this season. Because it is a great album. Very well put together. Speaking of great albums that are very well put together, J. Cole has entered the chat. Jermaine has entered the chat. Now, I know that you don't like J. Cole. And I know that you don't care for rap that is particularly in that lane of which J. Cole is in.
I love Kendrick Lamar. I don't like J. Cole.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, like Andre 3000 is my favorite rapper. I grew up on Outkast, Goody Mob. I don't like J. Cole. It has nothing to do with the type of music because I like that. I'm a Mos Def fan. I do listen to Dead Prez, Black Thought. I don't fuck with Jermaine.
Redacted. I stand corrected. So yeah, you don't like J. Cole. However, I will say that it was refreshing for somebody that is a J. Cole fan, a J. Cole supporter. I enjoy his music. I have since the beginning of his career. I've enjoyed J. Cole. To hear this album as a well-anticipated project by many people, I listened to it top to bottom. I feel like this is a really nice body of work. And I was talking with a friend yesterday, one of my homeboys, about it. He's a big Cole fan as well. He and his wife, they both share their perspectives on the album, and we were all pretty much on the same page. Like, this is a really good spin. And so there are 2 discs. There are roughly 30 tracks like on this album. That's with the both volumes combined, both discs combined. There are some surprise features on this album that I was not anticipating. And I don't know, like it felt really good to hear. I stand corrected. There are 24 tracks on this album, so 12 per volume. And I really enjoyed it. We're getting true Cole, but I'm also hearing like these different sound elements that have been incorporated into this album that are fresh for him. So I'm happy to see that he's returned. I'm curious to see what the tour is going to look like. I was reading something earlier about him saying that he was going to do a trunk sale tour. I don't know what that would consist of or what that would look like, but I think it sounds like it's going to be a pretty cool deal. Something that is both creative and relevant to the history and culture of rap, of hip hop, and how a lot of artists get started. Because when I think of trunk sale, I'm thinking of the many artists that started by literally selling albums out of their trunk, selling music out of their trunk. So all that to say, shout out to J. Cole. I'm still trying to figure out what my favorite track on this album is, or what my favorites are, but we're getting that storytelling element that we get, the griot element from J. Cole. We're getting great level of creativity, a nice blend of samples. The samples are really nice on this album. There's some samples that I wouldn't expect J. Cole to sample on this album.
Now, in that lane of music, though, I'm not a Cole fan, but somebody really had me vexed yesterday because I was talking to them, and so we were talking about, who were we? Oh, we were talking about Beyonce and Solange. Because I said something, and he said something to me. He's like, are you a part of the Beehive? I was like, no. And we started talking about, like, sibling duos in music. Yeah. And he was like, what's another sibling duo that you really like in music? And I was like, outside of Project Pat and Juicy J. Like, because everybody know I'm a Project Pat fan and 3 6 Mafia.
I didn't know they were siblings.
They're blood brothers. Their dad is a preacher. And, yeah, wow. Juicy J and Project Pat. Yeah, they're brothers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, same mama, same daddy. But, yes, outside of that, I was like D-Smoke and Sir.
Yo, yeah.
And he was like, I've never heard Sir's music. And I was flabbergasted. I was like, how are you this kind of person and you ain't heard no Sir? I was like, nigga, John Redcorn? He was like, no. I was like, Sir, what?
John Redcorn will take you up and through there, around, and back again.
I don't mean to be inappropriate because y'all know we try to.
I love John Redcorn.
Y'all know we try to steer away from conversations like this on this podcast, but y'all know I'm going to say what I want to say. And let me tell you something. I would be at the train station. Them brothers, listen, take me to the nearest train station. D Smoke and you know D Smoke is an actor. It's a show that I watched called Mayor of Kingstown. It's actually set in a fictional city in Michigan where it's supposed to be exposing the levels of like entanglement with the gangs, the prisons, and the police system, like how they're all corrupt working with one another. And he's one of the prisoners. D Smoke is.
I didn't know that he was an actor.
Girl, he be coming on.
I can see him being a great actor though. He has such a great presence about him.
I don't know what his mama and mamas and daddies did, because they also got a third brother, and he's handsome as hell too. He's an R&B singer. But Sirs, D Smoke, and I forgot their other brother, because all of their names start with D's. And they got another brother, because when I saw Sir in concert here in Detroit, the brother came out and opened the show and did all his music. The one that sings. Okay. And so, but them, listen, that's a talented group. Like, that is a talented group of fellas that their parents raised.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the sibling duos, and shout out to Cole, because this album is very fire.
I can't believe you ain't know Project Pat and Juicy J was brothers.
I did not know that. And now I'm like curious to fall down a rabbit hole of what other sibling duos I don't know about. Because there are quite a few.
Project Pat is the oldest, and Juicy is younger than him. But yep, they was raised by the same like parents. Yep.
Yeah, there's a few I'm sure that we don't know about across the industry that are actually blood related. Yeah. That's so cool.
I mean, I know a lot of them usually transcend one area of art. Like you got DeBrat and Lisa Ray. Oh, I take that back. No, she's related to somebody else. The girl Kima from Total, she's related to somebody. She's somebody's sister. I can't remember. They're also a singer too, though. I can't remember. I gotta pull it up. But yeah. Oh, that's who her sister is. Vita. Remember Vita from who used to rap with Ja Rule and Murder Inc. Yeah, Vita. Yeah, that's her. They're sisters. They're blood sisters. Vita and Kima. Kima, the girl from Total.
I didn't know
and Vita is her sister. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Who knew? I found her other brother, Davion.
Yes, that's his name. Yep, Davion. Yep.
I feel like I've heard his music,
and people don't ever realize that was Vita and Belly. Remember the young girl that DMX was sleeping around on Keisha with? The girl who picked up the phone and was like, yeah, I sucked his dick. The girl with the ponytails that was in the car with him. Yeah. That was Vita.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think, to my knowledge, I'm thinking, like, have I ever seen Vita? Like, I don't really remember.
That was also her doing the vocals on Lap Dance by NERD. Ooh, baby, you want me? Now you could get this lap dance here for free. Like, she does a lot more in the industry than people give her credit for.
Yeah, I don't think,
because Keisha,
I've been out of tune with
Keisha from Total, the other one with the short hair, not Deaconess Pam, but Keisha, she's married to Omar Epps.
Oh, yeah.
Keisha Epps, she's been married to Omar Epps for years.
Yeah, they have been married for years. Wow. The more you know.
And ain't Flex married to Shanice? Or they used to be married or something like that?
I can't remember.
Yeah, Shanice and Flex used to be married.
I can't keep up. Flex Alexander?
Yes. Who played that badass Michael Jackson? Absolutely.
Yeah. They would never forgive him for that.
Oh, yeah, they still married. They've been married for over 25 years.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, they've been married for a long time. Yeah, girl, listen. Every time I think about Flex, I think about that bad Michael Jackson, and I can't ever unsee it. Michael Jackson. Because why do they keep making so many Michael Jackson movies? Like,
Let this one be the last one.
Are y'all just trying to give everybody in Hollywood who said I had a dream of playing Michael Jackson a shot? Because I'm feeling the same way about Whitney Houston. Like, y'all keep making Whitney movies and movies. Just stop. Like,
let's make this Michael Jackson movie the very last one. Please. Because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see another Michael Jackson movie. I think that we have done our due diligence as a people, and once we have this one, just go on and let him rest, okay? Just go on and let it go. Nice. With respect, let that man rest.
But I will say this: have you seen the pictures for it? The trailers,
Yes,
and the nephew looked just like Joe.
Yes,
That's his granddad. You know, that's one of the. That's what I think Tito was somebody's son, or it might be Jackie's son that's playing Joe. So he's playing his granddaddy. But when I talk about he looked just like him.
Wait, Jackie's son is playing
I don't
Joe?
know if it's Jackie's son, but
I thought Cole Domingo is playing Joe.
No.
You sure?
I'm positive. Hold on, because they said something. I just saw a post about it the other day. Oh no, somebody sent it to me. Let me find it.
Or do you mean Jackie's son is playing Michael?
No. Who is this? Oh, yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, because Cole Domingo looks just like Joe in those pictures.
That's Coleman. Yeah, Coleman Domingo. You're right.
Coleman Domingo. Yes, I stand corrected. He's a great actor.
Did you see that show with him on Netflix called like 4 Days or 4 Seasons or something like that?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's actually pretty good.
I'm gonna check it out. That picture been going around. And somebody said, "Give him an Oscar right now because I already hate him based off of this picture."
But that's how I feel about what you call it. Until I got older, like I absolutely hated Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, from What's Love Got to Do with It? Yeah,
absolutely.
Like,
hated
no,
Lawrence
you
Fishburne.
act like that for real
in real life. But you know he So there's a clip. I thought I sent it to you, but it was going around where dang, what's my girl name? I can't even. Vanessa Bell Calloway. I love Vanessa Bell Calloway. Where she talks about the scene that we see when they were in the diner.
Oh yeah, he slapped her for real.
And she was like, we just
to
kept
get that
going.
raw emotion.
Yep. She was like, we just kept going. She was like, I just never stopped. She was like, but I was like, did this motherfucker just slap me? Like, she was like really shocked that she got slapped. But she said that they were so into the scene that she kept going, and it made it look so real.
Yeah,
because it was real. But yeah. No, he played that role.
He and Angela Bassett. But they are due.
But they both said that neither one of them wanted to play. Lawrence Fishburne said that they begged him for over a year to play that role. The only reason why he said he was willing to do it is because Angela was playing Tina.
Oh yeah,
he said he found that out. He said when he found out that she was playing Tina, he was okay with doing the role. He said he did not want to touch that shit. He said when he saw that script, he was not okay with that.
Yeah.
And I can understand it because you're a father. At that point, he had a young daughter. He had a lot going on.
Yeah. And
he was like, I don't want to do that. And that's been one of his, literally probably the most iconic role that he's had.
Yeah. Yep. I can't see nobody now. That's a movie that they bet not try to touch and remake. And no, y'all can't, like, nobody can play them.
Because we talking about, listen, I'm sorry, we talking about legends, but the way that they played in my face and remade that fucking Sparkle with Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, I'll never forget him.
Mariah Carey was in there?
Remember she had her own one. Remember she had Glitter that was supposed to be like Sparkle. It's like an off-brand one. That's the one she had with the Brat. And then you had the other one with Mike Epps and Whitney Houston. That was supposed to be more like Sparkle, but both of them were trashy as hell.
I ain't gonna lie. I know Glitter gets a bad rep, but I actually did like Glitter growing up. I like that soundtrack too.
Oh no, that soundtrack. Oh no, please stop it. Mariah, you can't. Her acting might be horrible, but you ain't gonna touch her in that studio. I don't care what nobody says.
That soundtrack, I listened to it recently, sometime last year, from top to bottom, just to get the feels and like.
Yeah, that album was so good.
Yeah, that album was great. The soundtrack, amazing. But yeah, Sparkle. Some things are just the originals are better. You just can't redo.
Now, the one movie that I did like the way it was done, and I don't think a lot of people even know it exists. Remember, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead with Christina Applegate.
I remember that movie title. I've never seen it.
Oh, I grew up watching that movie. Like, that was a cult classic of mine because I just knew I was going to grow up and my mama was going to go out of town for work and I was just going to throw a party and, like, live this life. Well, they remade it a few years ago, but they made a black version. Mm-hmm. And Miss Pat is the mom.
Oh.
And so it's actually really funny. It's on Amazon Prime, I think. But that was one that I liked that, was redone pretty well because they made it more current and a little more urban.
What was that? What's the name of that movie where they locked the parents in a basement?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
No, these parents was locked in a basement and like the kids... I gotta look this up because
I don't think I ever seen that.
This was it was like a group of friends. They all like convinced their parents and like locked them in the basement of a house, and the parents are like trying to figure out how to get out of the basement, and like it was crazy.
I can 100% say I've never seen that.
But it was funny though. Like it was like a comedy, if I'm not mistaken. It came out when we were kids.
Oh, you talking about House Arrest?
Yes, it was a house arrest.
Yeah, that's what it came up as, House Arrest, and I've never seen House Arrest. But it's funny because I've never seen House Arrest, but baby, House Guest.
Yeah, that's
I don't care what nobody says. Sinbad movie
is goated.
Every time I watch that movie, I die like it's my first time seeing it. Like every single part of that movie is hilarious.
Oh, apparently House Arrest, they redid this movie. Or did they? See. Oh no, I haven't seen them. Maybe they did, but no. This is I'm gonna watch this movie. It's a family movie, yeah. Oh,
also real quick, while we talking about movies, rest in peace to Catherine O'Hara.
Oh yes,
I love my girl Catherine. Like, and I'm going, hold some space for Catherine O'Hara's family, but also y'all keep Eugene Levy in y'all prayers, because people don't realize. I think a lot of people think that their first interaction together was Schitt's Creek, but they were in many movies together. Like they did Best in Show together. They were like, those two to me are like Pops and what's her name?
D?
No, not D. BB Drake. Remember John Witherspoon and BB Drake were in a lot of movies together. Remember they was in Friday at the Next. She was the landlord. He was their daddy. And then remember in Boomerang, remember she was the wife. And they was doing it in the bathroom. Yeah. They have a lot. Remember in House Party, he was the husband and she was the wife. Remember they was up mad about the party going on downstairs, and he woke up. He said, I paid $5,000 for this damn house. I'm calling the police. She was his wife in the bed. Remember she woke up and was like, go back to sleep, so-and-so. They do a lot of movies together. They always cast John Witherspoon and BB Drake together. And that's, to me, Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy is like the white version of them. Yeah. Like they're hilarious together. They usually typically play husband and wife. In a lot of their movies together, or they play partners of some sort. But they did a lot of film and TV and a lot of stuff together over the years. And so I know he's deeply, he's struggling with this loss. Because from what I read, they said she kept saying she was struggling to breathe and she passed away. So I don't think it was expected. Like, I don't think there was like an underlying illness, or anything like that. And I'm just making assumptions based on what's been presented in the media. But I can only imagine how he's feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, because literally for the last 30 or 40 years, they've been working together doing films.
Yeah, that's just so sad when that happens. But I saw Melanie Fiona post something just speaking about transitions and life in it. So she was just saying that we have to become comfortable with losing people, whether by choice or in death, because it's just inevitable. It's an inevitable part of life. As we continue to expand and grow and we evolve, whether that's in romantic relationships, friendships, etc., we lose people. And I think it's one of the last things that we really truly think about in depth, because the present feels so finite.
Yeah.
Like what's present feels like it's always going to be this way. Like the people that are in our lives, they feel immortal, a lot of the times. And I can't imagine what that perspective may be for someone like Miss BB or Mr. Eugene, to work with someone and be in this very unique space of, being in Hollywood and knowing what that experience is like, coming up in the game together, firsthand, and working together to create, and then losing that person. That's got to be tough. Yep. And I often feel like those are the people who are forgotten about when we extend condolences worldwide, and we talk about grief and how it impacts people. Yeah. It's almost like people don't expect them to feel the magnitude of that, but we don't know what they're how deep
Well,
their friendships, expanded beyond the
well, I
screen.
think as people, we so busy thinking in one dimension. Like people tend to think in one dimension versus like 3D. And the reason why I say that is we look at these people as celebrities. Like, oh, they're not supposed to
Yeah.
have problems. They're not supposed to do this. Or we look at it like this is all they do. But just like us, we tend as people we spend more time at work than we do at home. Like, majority of your day is spent at work or outside of the house, so you tend to value a lot of relationships with your coworkers in different spaces, especially people that have been working at the same place for years, because you see these people more often than you might see those people in your house.
Yeah.
And I think that we forget that these people are coworkers, and when I mean coworkers, in order to get a movie together, that means y'all are on set with each other every day, all day, for hours at a time, weeks at a time, months at a time. And then after that's over, you might cut, they might edit, put it together, and then y'all are right back together doing press, promo, this, and this, and y'all are always together, always together. Even though you have a family, even though people are in the background, this is your
That's a
coworker.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that you see a lot.
You spend a lot of time with
when
them.
you talking about we doing multiple movies together, I mean, Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy, they did Schitt's Creek. I mean, you talking about multiple seasons of a show, so that means we were together all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like all the time for years at a time.
Yep. That is a
And
fact.
people don't realize that. And so, yeah, I just want to say shout out to those legends that are still with us, and rest in peace to those that we've lost, because we also lost Demond Wilson the week that we lost Catherine O'Hara, and he's the son. He's Lamont from Sanford and Son.
Oh,
Which was crazy
yes,
because
he
BB Drake
did.
played on Sanford Arms. BB Drake had she did a small role on Sanford Arms, so she also worked with him on that show. But we
Yeah.
lost him too, so yeah, just keep people, in your prayers.
For sure. Well, do you have anything for the Sanctuary Scoop, Tash? We're over time today.
I do not. I
figured we give you guys a little extra. Well, I'm just going to share that I am hosting an engagement. No, but seriously, I'm hosting an event this month that I'm really excited about. Saturday, February 21st from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Mother and Justice headquarters. We will gather for Moments with Doulas. This is the second time that I've done this event. This was a brainchild of mine that's coming to fruition. I wanted to cultivate a space for doulas to come and to rest, and I mean truly rest and restore, to have honest conversation and connect with others, to network, and just to be around and in company of people who are doing this work and mean well within this work, that we can lean on and we can trust. So, Moments with Doulas will be kicking off. Really excited to have the National Black Doula Association and Mother and Justice supporting this ongoing series, and also very excited to bring my girl Erin Juliana from Detroit Meditation and Yoga back into the fold to host our yoga and meditation segment of the program. So if you're interested, you can find the link to the program in my bio. The requirement is that you must be a birth worker. So it is named Moments with Doulas. The majority of people who will be joining will be doulas, but midwives are certainly welcome to join us, and anyone else who is in the space of birth work and working with our mothers, because this is it's a very unique line of work, and it is a very it's energetically demanding. I will say it's an energetically demanding line of work. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and supporting each other as much as we can. So again, if you're interested, that link is in my bio to register. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. I'm happy to answer. Tash, you got anything for the people?
No, I do not. I don't know. I'm just chilling. No, I don't have anything
Nothing wrong with it.
pressing right now.
Well, I appreciate you all. We appreciate you all listening. As usual, follow us on everything at the Soulful Stir, TikTok, Instagram,
YouTube is the priority. Get on YouTube. We need these subscriber numbers to go up, y'all. Come on. Like, I don't care. You can still listen to it on your platform if you prefer Apple or Spotify or whatever. But please get on YouTube and check that bell and subscribe and go ahead and turn your notifications on, all of that good stuff, because we do need engagement on that platform as well, for obvious reason. But yes, I've been trying to get on YouTube and like recurate some of our stuff with hashtags and all of that stuff. So please, if you do watch us or listen to us via YouTube, I think there's something that they have for small creators that's called like hyping the video, where you can click it and it'll like put it on more people's algorithm. So if you do see that option under one of our videos, please execute the function, share the podcast on YouTube, comment, subscribe, and all of that other stuff, because we're definitely trying to get that platform up and running. Yes. On a consistent basis as well.
Trying to get it jumping. Yes. But again, thank you all for listening. This has been another episode of The Soulful Stir.